Now, the next chapter which we are going to revise is the chapter of Input Service Distributor. Everyone, let's go ahead and do ISD, Input Service Distributor. Sir, where does the linking come for Input Service Distributor? Let's go ahead and understand. ISD is section number. People, let's go ahead and now revise ISD. Everyone over here. ISD is an attached chapter of input tax credit का chapter. ITC का chapter में you have job work का chapter and you have input service distributor is also an attached chapter. ISD का chapter you get section number 20 and section number 21. Let's go ahead and start with ISD now. Everyone over here, ISD is section number 20 and 21 read with the rule number 39 and rule number 54. Let's go ahead and start with ISD. Everyone, listen to me very carefully. Who is an ISD? Who is an ISD? First of all, an ISD is a person who goes ahead and distribute input services ka credit means input services ka ITC is distributed by an ISD. Sir, it means if there is input ka credit, no, it can't be distributed by ISD. Capital goods ka credit can't be distributed by ISD. ISD is meant for only input services ka credit to be distributed. Okay, sir, point is clear. Now, everyone over here. Now, for an example, in the chart, we have Reliance ka head office. Reliance is telling for my Mumbai, Maharashtra branch, I want to go ahead and take some advertisement service. For my Kerala branch, also I want to go ahead and take some advertisement service, and also for the Karnataka branch, I want to go ahead and take some advertisement service. Now, 3 branches are there. I have to go ahead and take advertisement service. How will I go ahead and take the advertisement service? I will do one thing. I will go ahead and hire one company named Pogo and tell Pogo to go ahead and provide advertisement in all the state. Now, what Pogo is going to do is, Pogo will go ahead and give the bill to the head office, but do the advertisement in all these three states. Now, because advertisement happens in all the 3 states, these 3 branches will get benefited, and hence they should be given the input tax credit, but the bill comes to the head office and head office can go ahead and distribute. If head office goes ahead and takes the registration, Reliance head office, which is there in Mumbai for an example, can go ahead and take the registration as ISD. Remember, ISD registration is a separate registration and it's a compulsory registration under section number 24 if you want to distribute the credit. So chalo, let's go ahead and understand that supposingly Pogo went ahead and issued invoice. Supply of service was provided by Pogo, wherein advertisement was done by Pogo in Maharashtra, Kerala and Karnataka. Now what will happen? Pogo will go ahead and provide an invoice. Now if Pogo is within the same state, it will go ahead and charge CGST, SGST. Sir, if it's an interstate supply, Pogo will go ahead and charge IGST. I hope this point is clear. Yes, sir. Now, when Pogo goes ahead and gives the invoice, now this head office is going ahead and telling, this does not belong to me. This belongs to my branches. So, I will go ahead and distribute the credit to my branches. How will the credit be distributed? They will go ahead and distribute it to the branches which are being benefited out of the advertisement. For an example, if there was a service which was taken by the head office which was exclusively for one branch, then Baba, the distribution will be done for that branch only. Might be if the head office has gone ahead and taken credit which is for more than one branch, means sir, the service was taken for more than one branch, then the distribution will happen to those branches. Sir, distribution among such recipient. If sir, credit which is attributable means the invoice has come, the input tax credit is there. Now this credit might be if the advertisement ka benefit was for 3 branches, then the distribution will be done for 3 branches. Supposingly head office took the services and it was for the benefit of all the branches of Reliance, then the distribution will be done to all the branches. Remember this point. It is very, very important that sir, if ISD has received some service for one branch only, distribution to that branch. For more than one branch, distribute to for more than one branch. For all the branches, distribute to all the branches. Done, sir. Point is clear. The second point which you have to go ahead and remember over here is that, sir, whenever the distribution will be done, whenever the distribution is done by the ISD, the distribution is done on the basis of turnover of the preceding year when all the branches were available. For an example, now the advertisement ka bill which has come, the ITC which is there has to be distributed to Maharashtra, Kerala and Karnataka branch. Now these three branches should be existing in the last year only if the last year ka turnover is there. On the basis of last year ka turnover ka ratio, current year mein every month you will go ahead and do the distribution. Sir, if last year ka preceding year ka data is not available, then take preceding quarter ka data when all the three branches were available, and on the basis of their turnover the distribution will be done. It says distribution always on the basis of turnover in state in the preceding year. Sir, if preceding year ka turnover is not there, take preceding quarter ka turnover and do the distribution. Then it says for which, means it should be preceding year or preceding quarter ka data when the details of turnover of all the recipients are available. And remember, when you take the turnover, please exclude central excise duty, state excise duty, VAT and CST. Now, everyone over here. Now the next point, everyone, how will the ISD go ahead and distribute? Remember always, the ISD to distribute always issues an ISD invoice. ISD invoice is as per section number 20, read with rule number 54. 54.1, if you remember, special circumstance mein how to issue the invoice, it was spoken by rule number 54.1. Now what will the ISD do is, ISD will go ahead and show this invoice in their GSTR1. GSTR1 mein when it is filing their monthly return, that is GSTR1, by the 13th of the next month, then the front party, the branches will receive the credit, means the credit will go to their GSTR 2A, 2A say 2B will get created, and sir, 2B ka basis pe they will go ahead and take the credit. Now always remember one thing, if front party goes ahead and charges them, if front party goes ahead and charges the head office CGST and HGST, when the head office is distributing to within the same state the credit, then CGST HGST is distributed as CGST HGST. Different state, then CGST HGST is distributed as IGST. Different state, then the CGST HGST will always be distributed as what, everyone? IGST. Okay, sir, point is clear. Now, sir, if input tax credit is IGST, then remember one thing. If input tax credit is IGST, distribution in the same state or distribution in the different state always will be done as IGST. Remember, if CGST and HGST is there, then Baba, it will be distributed in the same state. If the branch is also within the same state as of the head office, then CGST, HGST will be distributed as CGST and HGST. But, sir, if CGST, HGST has to be distributed to different branch, Baba, which is there in different state, how will they take the credit of Maharashtra HGST? And hence, they are going ahead and telling CGST and HGST will be clubbed and will be distributed as IGST to a recipient basically who is in different state. And sir, supposingly the input tax credit is IGST, then how to distribute? IGST will be distributed within the same state or different state always as IGST. Sir, how will we distribute? C is the total amount of credit to be distributed. Total credit multiplied by one branch ka turnover divided by all branch ka turnover. Total bakwas formula. Sir, amount of credit to be distributed multiplied by turnover of the recipient and then divided by aggregate turnover of all the recipient. This is the distribution formula. Now, if you come on the left hand side, it says ISD is only for distribution of credit with respect to service, input and capital goods ka credit. Remember, in your exam they will give you a point wherein input will be there, and Baba, you will not see input. You will read it as input service and distribute the credit. Please remember, input and capital goods, you can't distribute the credit. Remember, in the exam it will come. Okay, sir. Then ITC available shall be distributed in the same month only. You should do the distribution. Separately distribute eligible and ineligible credit. Whenever the ISD is distributing thing, it will distribute eligible credit also, block credit also. It is up to the branch whether they are eligible to take, then they can go ahead and take. If not eligible, don't take. The next one is separate distribution of CGST, SGST, UTGST and IGST is to be done by the branch. Then sir, always remember one thing. Whenever a branch wants to go ahead, now if this is the head office and head office wants to go ahead and give credit to the branch, then head office will always issue an ISD invoice. Always remember, when the credit is to be distributed branch co, then it will always issue an ISD invoice, and when the credit has to be reduced, always it will issue an ISD credit note. Always remember this point. Now, supposingly, what happened? The head office went ahead and distributed to one branch, branch A and branch B. Now, branch A ko extra 100 rupees was distributed and branch B ko 100 rupees less was distributed. How will they correct this situation? What they will do is, A ka credit has to be reduced because extra credit was distributed. So, A ko ISD credit note will be issued, and sir, B ko, because 100 rupees less was distributed, now it want to increase, then sir, again one ISD invoice will be issued to B. Always remember one thing, whenever there is wrong credit which is distributed, ITC wrongly ITC distribution by an ISD, then ISD will issue a credit note to reduce the credit of the wrong unit, and sir, to increase the credit, ISD will go ahead and issue an ISD invoice to the correct unit whose credit has to be increased. Both of them will be reported in GSTR 6 and Baba, it will reflect in your GSTR 2B. I hope this point is clear. Always remember, for an example, branch A ko credit has to be distributed this month. This month, branch A ko ISD invoice which was issued, that showed 1 lakh rupees. But sir, invoice made is showing 1 lakh, but ISD also issued to branch A one credit note, and credit note showed 1.1 lakh rupees. Then it is sir negative 10,000 rupees, and 10,000 negative will be added to the output tax liability of the branch. Always remember, if the credit note amount is more than the ITC distributed by the invoice, then sir, the negative amount will always be added to the branch ka output tax liability. Okay sir, now everyone listen to me very carefully. Sir, if the head office goes ahead and receives, invoice from the supplier, if supplier gives invoices to the head office, then head office to distribute will go ahead and give ISD invoice. Supplier gives invoice, and sir, ISD will go ahead and issue to the branches which are under the same PAN. Always remember, distribution can be done only to the branch. Basically, those people who are under the same PAN, head office and branch ka PAN should be same. Okay sir. Then sir, they will give me tax invoice, I will give ISD invoice. They will go ahead and give me debit note. It means my credit goes up. To distribute, I will not give debit note. To distribute the credit, I will always give ISD invoice. They gave me credit note, the credit came down, I will also give ISD credit note so that the branches ka credit comes down. That's all is the point over here. The last one over here is right side. Sir, if the branch has gone ahead and distributed some wrong credit, branch should always go ahead and rectify it by issuing credit note. But sir, supposingly the branch has distributed some extra credit and the branch doesn't go ahead and rectify. For an example, Karnataka branch ko some extra credit was distributed, then it is the responsibility of the branch. If excess distribution has been done, they should pay the amount voluntarily by using GST DRC 03 along with interest. They should pay the wrong credit which was given to them along with interest. ठीक है sir. And always remember, sir, then sir, if I don't go ahead and pay voluntarily, then they are going ahead and telling 73 and 74 mein demand order can be given. Okay sir, what wrong did I do? ISD also did wrong by distributing the credit wrongly. Then they went ahead and told general penalty to ISD also will be given. Section number 122, 10,000 or the excess credit distributed whichever is higher, 10,000 or the excess credit distributed whichever is higher has to be paid by the ISD. Remember, this penalty is under CGST Act, similar penalty payable under SGST Act also. I hope the point is clear. Remember, for your ISD distribution, this point is important. Sir, how to distribute CGST, SGST and IGST? Distribution ratio is also important, and these notes which are there also should be taken care. Remember one thing, everyone. Remember one thing. Students go ahead and think ISD is very easy chapter. Yes, it's an easy chapter, but please solve question answers. Please solve question answers. If you don't solve question answers in the exam, if one question comes of 6 mark, you're gone. You'll not be able to do it. Remember, job work or ISD, 2 to 4 mark, they go ahead and ask. So I term this chapter job work or ISD as B graded, so that 2 to 4 mark, in my opinion, 4 mark they can go ahead and ask. So please be very careful in the exam. Now all you do is solve question answers and you are done with the chapter. Closing my discussion on ISD.